We are going to discuss how can we develop vocabulary. Vocabulary development is a process and it takes time for us to build a good vocabulary. It requires a lot of practice. At the same time, it also requires a willingness inside us to improve on vocabulary. So let's start. How can we develop our vocabulary? We have to keep the following points in our mind. First and the foremost thing is that our urge to learn and our willingness to improve ourselves. Once we have done that, the second step is reading. Reading is one of the most effective ways to improve and learn new words. In reading, we not only come across different words, we also come across how these words are used. So we should and must develop a reading habit, and we should take interest in reading. To start with, we can read newspapers which are easily and readily available, and we can then move on to magazines, journals as per our interest. We must be a good listener also. If we listen to people attentively, we can also learn new words in this way. It is also important to be surrounded with good educated people who speak English, and we must be willing to interact with them. We should always make an effort to be surrounded with uh, people who have good vocabulary. We should also converse with them in English. So, listening is one of the important tools uh, in vocabulary development. We can also watch interviews of people or celebrities on television, internet. There are a number of sources available to which we can listen and pick up new words, and also we can see how that word has been used. The next thing is that we should keep an account of the new words that we come across. We must maintain a notebook, a handy notebook wherein we are noting the words each day, at least 5 new words that we come across. Also, we must try to use them. Usage is very, very important. One word can be used in a number of ways, and we should try new ways, and every time we should come up with a different sentence. Last and the least is use the dictionary. There are several words when we come across, we do not know the exact meaning of that word, so we should always look up the meaning of that word in the dictionary. It helps us to remember the meaning, and the dictionary will also give us different meanings of one word. So, in a way, we can remember the meaning, we can learn the use, and it will help us to build our word bank. Let us have a look at the words used to describe human actions. The first word is faint. Faint means lose consciousness for a short time. We lose consciousness when we are very tired or we feel weak. Second word is shiver. We often shiver when we feel cold if we are not wearing sweaters. So it is described as shake slightly and uncontrollably as a result of being cold, frightened, or excited. The next word is fidget, makes small movements out of nervousness. So if we are waiting for some result or something, and we are about to get that news, we might make small movements here and there. That is called fidget. Tremble is again shake involuntarily. It could be when we encounter something which is very, very frightening. It could We could tremble with fear. The next word is squat. Squat means sit with one's knees bent and one's heels close to its thighs. So it is a squat position. Another sitting position is crouch. We crouch when we are trying to find something which is lying under the sofa or bed, which means we bend our knees and lower ourselves so that we are close to the ground and we are leaning forward slightly. The next word is blush. Blush is a common word which is used to express when somebody shows shyness out of embarrassment or shame. It could be, our face becomes red. Then the next word is sweat. Sweat means when we have done some strenuous work, our body, exudes moisture through the pores of the skin. Dozed is when we sleep lightly in between, like we are sitting and we are watching television, we might doze off. Then the last word is dived. Dived is used when we, jump in the air. So when we are jumping into the swimming pool, that action is called dived. Now pause the video and try this exercise on human actions. Now let us discuss the answers of the previous exercise. He woke up, stood up and stretched his arms and legs. Second, the suitcase was too heavy to pick up, so she dragged across the platform. Third, we crouched down to get through the hole in the wall. Fourth, he dived in and swam across the pool underwater. Fifth, she squatted on the floor trying to get the stains out of the carpet. So when we are trying to clean something, we sit on the floor and that sitting position is called squatted. Sixth, he leaned out of the car window and was almost hit by another car coming from opposite direction. Seventh, she trembled in fear when she saw the lion come towards her. Eighth, she shivered with cold in the bitter wind. Ninth, the tennis players sweated in the hot sun. 10th, she blushed with embarrassment when he spoke to her. 11th, she started in surprise when she heard the loud bang. 12th, she fainted when she saw the blood and remained unconscious for about 10 minutes. 13th, she dozed off for a while after lunch and was suddenly woken up by the telephone ring. 14th, when he asked her if she understood the question, she nodded yes. 15th, after an hour, he couldn't sit still any longer and fidget in his seat. Now we are going to learn about the different character and personality of human beings. The first word is witty. Witty is person who has a great sense of humor and he uses his sense of humor in a very intelligent way to convey his message. So witty people are considered to be very clever and cool. Next word is impulsive. Impulsive is a person who takes no time to think before reacting. So they are people with short temper and they do not think before doing anything. Next is bigot. Bigot is a person who has strong unreasonable belief and disliking for other people. So they do not respect the views and beliefs of other persons. Conceit is person who is too proud of himself or herself and they always talk about their actions. So we say that celebrities are considered to be conceit because they are often full of self praise. The next character or personality is obstinate. Obstinate is a person who adheres to an opinion or purpose without any reason. Industrious person is a person who works constantly, regularly, and he or she is actively occupied in an intelligent way. Possessive person demands someone's total attention and love. Such people also do not like to share their things because they are too much attached with their materialistic things also. Charismatic person is person who has a compelling and charming personality. They are attractive and alluring to others. So maybe celebrities, they have charismatic personality. Devious is a person who uses wrong ways to get his work done. They may also be called cheat. Gregarious is a person who likes being in the company of others and he or she socializes with other people. Dim is an unintelligent person. He or she may not be very sharp and bright. Amiable is a person with a good nature and people find him or her approachable, and also they are liked to be with others. Moving further, we will now learn some words related to weather and natural phenomena. The first word is mist. Mist is water form of particles which are floating in the atmosphere and they are near the surface of the earth and they appear to be a form of rain. Next word is frost. Frost is a weather condition in which the air temperature falls below the freezing point of water. Sleet. Sleet is rain that is partly frozen. Hail, as we all know, it is a large frozen raindrop. Blizzard. Blizzard is a severe snowstorm with strong winds. Smog. Smog is a fog made heavier and darker by smoke and chemical fumes. So we can say smog is a mixture of fog and smoke. Thunder. Thunder is a loud rumbling sound that follows a flash of lightning. Then lightning. Lightning is a bright flash of electricity produced by a thunderstorm. Fog. Fog we all know. Fog is tiny drops of water in the air which form a thick cloud. So we can say that fog is nothing but a cloud, small cloud, thin cloud. Wind. Wind is a current of air moving approximately horizontally and we can feel it. It is strong enough to be felt. With the help of the words that we just read and learned, now we are going to try this exercise with the words that are given for your help. Make sure that you pay attention to the words before the blanks which are in bold. Let's check the answers. So the correct answer is listening to the pouring rain outside and the roar of the wind as it blows through the trees, listen to the clatter of icy hail on the window and crashing of thunder while lightning flashes across the sky. See the thick grey fog and a thin grey wet mist. Smell and dirty bitter yellow grey smog in the city. Feel the crunch of frost under your feet as you walk on the icy grass and shake the freezing, wet snow or sleet from your hair as the howling blizzard turns the world to white. As I said in the previous slide, that we must pay attention to the words that are in bold. If you have noticed, they are all sound words. So the new sound words that you learnt with the weather words are pouring, roar, clatter, crashing, crunch, howling. Thank you. Mama.